This poem is called Dear You, and the quote attached to this poem says, use what you got to get to where you need to go. And this says, those demons kept you in bondage, a slave to the sins. The enemy tried to send you to the grave, but Yahweh saved you by grace. My God, my God, my God. I'm not going to read the rest, but my God, that right there is powerful, because it's the fact that the enemy tried to send me to the grave. But God is like, no, 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 no. God canceled that assignment. He canceled that, and he allowed me to live. See, a lot of times we're in these situations, we're in these circumstances, we go through these obstacles, and we feel like God has punished us. We feel like God has forsaken us, but God has not forsaken us. See, what the enemy meant for evil, God meant it for good. See, the situation, it had to happen in our life, because that situation can help us draw closer to the Father. So, yes, the enemy wants you to think that God allowed that to happen to punish you and to forsake you, but no. It happens so that his name can get glory. It happens so that elevation can happen, so that can shift you into your next, so that it can birth something out of you. So be careful what you say when you are going through certain things, because that may just be the will of God for your life. But we have to understand that just because the situation happened, it's not because we are off the wrong track or anything like that, but it is needed for where we are going. Okay? It is needed for where we are going. See, my accidents had to happen to get my attention. God allowed it to happen so that I could call upon his name. And in my life, different traumatic events happened. I've been through a lot of traumatic events in my life. They had to happen. God had need for me. And now I understand why God allowed me to jump out of that car to get away from that abuser. Now I understand why all three of my accidents happened. I understand. See, there was a call on my life, and I was neglecting to walk in the will of God. I was neglecting that. I was walking in disobedience. God had to get me in alignment. God allowed me to break my femur so that it would slow me down. But even after I broke my femur, guess what I did? Even after I broke my femur, I still went back out into the world. So God allowed different situations to happen. They kept happening. And it wasn't for long. I surrendered and submitted myself to God, and God changed my life around. See, I'm not the same woman that I was 5 years ago. I'm not the same woman that I was 6 years ago. My life changed. My life is still changing. I'm still becoming and overcoming.